What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Bears Profit Plays YouTube channel. If you enjoyed the content in this video, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel below. Also, be sure to stick around to the end of this video for a quick message from our team. Let's get into the video. All right, guys, let's get into some NBA player props for Friday, March 10th slate of games. Before we get into our picks tonight, if you are new to the channel, welcome. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and like this video. Welcome to the Bear Pack, the best community on YouTube. Speaking of the best community on YouTube, the Bear Pack, Thrive Fantasy, our new partner. If you go to Thrive Fantasy right now and use promo code BEARPACK, on your first deposit, you will receive a 100% match bonus up to $100. Go get your free money today when you deposit on Thrive Fantasy using promo code BEARPACK. The free play on Thrive for Friday is Anthony Davis over half a point for new users. Also, Thrive has a new March Madness bracket challenge. First place in the tournament will receive 2 tickets to the Final Four games. Must be a Thrive Fantasy user to join. So go get yourself signed up for that. All right, let's get into our teams from last night while Trey's pulling that up. The Honeypot. Buddy Hield over 2.5 assists for day 3 misses. He did not record an assist. So day 1 will be in the community tab on our YouTube channel. Go vote on your favorite player prop tomorrow morning. All right, let's look at our teams here. My team showed out. I think they copied off each other. I'm going to have to look at their papers. 2 Splash Currys, and then we have 2 Kevin Huerters. So I don't know what you guys are doing. I think he copied, but either way, we get the win with Curry. And then Segun did not play in overtime, so we get the under on that as well. And your coach picked up the win. So let's move on to Trey.
Yeah, so my team, they knew what to do. 2-1 so far, 3-1 if you count my win for today. Desmond Bane didn't really do anything on the peripheral. He got, I think, 3-3 or 3-4. So he did enough, but not to get to the 11 that we needed. Kevin Huerter, we may have to flip the coin. We have to see on that one. And the bonus, his game's going on right now. I have faith that the Latvian lasagna is going to get it done for us to make it 4-1, but we'll just have to see how it goes.
Yeah, that coin flip was for just so they know the record's not 2-0. The coin is 1-0 for that person. But let's move on to Teats.
Yeah, my team is carrying me right now. As you can see, we're 4-0, waiting on De'Aaron Fox with his dimes. I say we're 4-0. We're 4-1 if you count me. I'll talk about it here in a second, but I definitely let my team down. I'm looking to bounce back.
Yeah, so everybody's about even now, so no coin flip, which we love to see. But let's look at our picks from last night. Trey, start us off.
Yes, chalk it down for another one for Team Trey. Got a win over here with the Franz Wagner over 18.5 points versus the Jazz. He finished with 24 on 9 and 21 shooting. He was chucking them up all game long. I think he made 4 3-pointers as well. And that's because, like I said, it was a very high-paced, high-scoring game. The final total of the game was 255 total points scored in the game. The Magic are cranking up their offensive pace, so we just need to note that for future Magic games too.
Yeah, I had Stephen Curry over 27.5 points. I woke up this morning, it was 28.5. He had 19 at the half, 27 at the end of the third quarter, and then got his over with 7 minutes, 30 seconds left in the game with a nice scoop 2-point layup with a nice dish from Draymond. So he does get 29 and cashes as we move on to tomorrow. Teats?
I had Jalen Green under 23.5 points, and man, did it feel good in the first half, and it was a awful game to lose. He had 2 points total in the first quarter, 9 total in the second quarter. So at halftime, 9 points. He's barely a third of the way there. 18 in the third quarter. So he scored what he scored in the first half in 1 quarter alone, and he dropped 6 more points by the 4-minute and 10-second mark. But here's the kicker, it's one thing if you are hitting your mark that early, 4 minutes left. The game went into overtime. He did not record another point. He got the mark that he needed to break my bet, and then he said, I'm going to give up and not score another basket after this. It's all good. So bad loss. I apologize. I'm going to get you guys back for this one tonight.
Yeah, Jalen Green got you good. But let's move on to our picks tonight. Trey, start us off.
Classic Rockets, but this line is just disrespectful. I'm going to be going with Nikola Jokic over 32.5 PAs versus the Spurs. Like I said, it's just disrespectful for what's lining up to be the back-to-back-to-back MVP. But yes, I know he has been really rough over his last 4 games, only averaging 26.1 PAs over those last 4 games. But I do feel like we're going to be getting an outing here where he's just going to be letting out his frustration and getting a lot of points and dishing off a significant amount of assists as well. We just need to remember that the Joker is capable of doing great things. That is why he is slated to become the MVP, even though he has been rough over this last week, especially on the offensive end. Just 2 weeks ago against the Clippers, He scored 40 points on them and even got a triple-double in that win. Everything is lining up for the Joker to get at least a 23-12 stat line. That's not asking for a lot, especially with this low number of 32.5. He is averaging much, much more over his last 9 games versus the Spurs dating back to 2021. He's averaging a staggering 29.2 points and 8.7 assists per game. He has a record of 7-2 to the over in those 9 games, with the 2 that didn't hit only missing by 2 PAs and 1 PA. So he either smashes this number or gets very, very close to it. And the reason for that being the Spurs are just not very good at basketball, especially this season. They give up the most points per game with 122.3 points per game. They also give up the most assists per game with over 26, with 26.4 assists per game. And we all know that everything's going to be running through the Joker. Here are some insane usage stats for him whenever he's on the court this season. He accounts for 27.7% of the Nuggets' total field goal made per game. That's insane. So almost 3 out of every 10 field goals are coming from the hands of the Joker. And this is even more crazy. This is why everyone is discrediting him for the MVP. This is a center here I'm talking about. He is 16th in the NBA, accounting for 42% of his team's assists while on the court. And it was top 5 whenever I filtered out a lot of bums that only played a few games. So that's insane. 42% of his team's assists come from him whenever he's on the court. So give me the Joker here to smash a very manageable 23-12 stat line for us tonight to get this 32.5 point number.
Yeah, Joker is having an insane year for the Nuggets, but for my play tonight, I'm going with Fred VanVleet, a crowd favorite, over 28.5 PAs against the Lakers. And I talked about this over on the NBA video for today as well, but Fred has had enough of the refs. He gave his statement about the refs after their last couple games where he felt calls weren't going for the Raptors' way, and I think he has a case. Regardless of how you feel about players speaking out on the refs and holding them responsible, by the way, I'm all for that. I've seen multiple people say, have the refs do post-game interviews. I love that idea. Regardless of that, his actions are why I'm backing him tonight. You can't go on about the refs suck, you're being treated unfairly, and then not have a great game after you do that. I expect a monster game from Fred VanVleet, and he's in the perfect arena playing the perfect team in the Los Angeles Lakers to do it. The Lakers have been playing better lately, but the defense is still bad. They are allowing 117.4 points per game, tied for 24th in the NBA in total defense. Fred in his last 2 games against the Lakers has scored 20-plus and has had 7-plus assists in both games played. He should have another good game against the Lakers tonight. The play will be Fred VanVleet over 28.5 PAs. Teats?
I'm actually going to be looking at James Harden. I think it's Trey's golden goose, and I'm going to be going off of his 10.5 assists because I'll be honest, they are finally putting some respect on his PA and his points. I think his points was at like 22.5 over under, and I think that would put his PAs right around 33.5, 32.5, and that's just a little outside my comfort zone. But assists wise, 10.5 is not that uncomfortable for me to be looking at. Against Portland in his last 3 games, he's had 14, 17, and 17 assists. That is 48 assists in 3 games. In his last 5 games overall, he's had 20, 10, 13, 5, and 12 assists in those 5 games. He's averaging 12 assists per game. Portland is allowing 26.2 assists per game, which is 28th in the NBA. Portland allows a lot of baskets off of passes for assists. James Harden is the man that controls the ball in Philly. I know that Joel Embiid will do a lot of backing down, kind of setting up his own shot. That might ruin the actual statistic of an assist. But James Harden definitely finds his teammates and finds them open when needed, regardless of who's on the court and where they're at. So give me James Harden. I bet he's going to end up with 12 to 14 here. Still probably score 20 points. I feel like he can hit all 3 of these stats that I've been talking about, but specifically assists, I'm looking for 12 to 14 range.
All right, guys, that'll do it for our NBA player props for Friday, March 10th slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please be sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel below. We'll see you guys in the next video, and thanks for watching. Just want to let everyone know that while we do give out free picks, plays, and predictions on our YouTube channel, we also have a website for you to check out. On our website, bearsprofitplays.com, you can subscribe to the website absolutely free with an email and gain access to our written articles about upcoming sporting events. If you're really looking to make some cash, we have an option to become a member of our website. If you become a member, you will gain access to our Locks of the Week, which are written articles that go in depth as to why we are picking that particular outcome. As of now, our member plays have been red hot, hitting over 60% of our plays. If you don't want to become a member, it's no sweat. We are here to try and make you guys some money. That's our main goal. So come on over to bearsprofitplays.com and subscribe for free. Check us out, follow our free picks, and see for yourself that our member plays are a great investment for you. Thanks for watching.